All right. Hey, we are here, Robin and Kim, and we are going to chat with you today about decoding food labels because it's super important to know what you're eating when you're buying processed foods or ultra processed foods. Um, and they've updated the ingredients labels. I'm going to actually share my screen and do a little slideshow and kind of show you what to look for, how to read a label, how to read the new um, labels that they've updated. And so let me share. And then let me get that going here. Oh, here we go. So
Yay.
decoding food labels. Now notice on this cover photo that it's tomatoes, lettuce, zucchini. These don't need a food label. Why is that?
Real foods.
Because they're a
Imagine
whole
that.
food. Yes, because they're a whole food. These do not need a label. And there's a lot of nutrients in them, and the different colors represent the different nutrients they have. Um, so why is it important to why do we have food labels? And we need food labels in order to know the ingredients in the food and what we're eating. And it's really important because with the ultra processed food is a huge industry, and many of us have noticed that we can't pronounce a lot of the words that are in those food labels. So we want to learn how to interpret the food labels. Can you pronounce them? And are there more than 5 ingredients? So there's a couple things to ask yourself.
But before we go on, I
Yep.
just want to interject here real quick. What Kim and I are covering today is a ingredient label. Because listen, everybody thinks they read the front of these packages and they're like, oh, no GMO, blah, blah, blah. This
Oh my
is really
gosh.
good
I
for
can't
me.
get back
And
to my
oh no. And we can be so misled by what it says on the front of the package, you guys. So we
Right.
definitely want to always read. What we're talking about is reading the back of the package where it tells you the actual ingredients that are in your product, not how many calories, not how much fat, not how much sodium, not that those aren't important, because they are, but really your first place to look should be under where it says ingredients. So now Kim gets to hit it.
But now we're talking about we're still talking about the label, because there's 2 things on the package. It's like the ingredients list and the nutrition label.
Yep.
And I say nutrition label in quotes. So here's the newest label. Now, companies that made over $10 million had to change this label. This came into effect for them January 1st, 2020. And then companies that made less than 10 million a year, they had till January 1st, 2021. Okay, so this is what we're seeing now. We got nutrition facts. What's new? Servings larger are bolder. Serving size tells you the serving sizes are updated with grams as well as cups. And then calories are in larger type. And then you see the daily values are updated. These are on the right percentage. So this item has 230 calories. I don't know what this item is, but it just kind of is a good way to tell you that total fat's got 8 grams, only 1 gram of saturated fat. You go down, it's got 37 carbohydrates. And of that 37 grams, there's 4 grams of fiber. And now here's a great way to calculate net carbs. You take the fiber minus the net carbs, and that is actually 33 grams of carbs here. If you are a carb person that you want to count your carbs. Total sugar is 12 grams of sugar with 10 grams of added sugar. So that tells you that there's 2 grams of natural sugar in this product, but they've added 10 grams. So this is a new thing, adding added sugars. And protein, 3 grams of protein. And then these are the nutrient required down here now. They show vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium. And again, it shows you the percentages here, which some of these are pretty high. But here's the interesting thing about it. If they're naturally in the food, that's great. But if they're synthetic vitamins added, our bodies, they're not as bioavailable to us. So we're not getting as much as we think. And then there's a new footnote here. They're basing all these on a 2,000 calorie a day diet. Okay. And so, many people eat less than that. Some people eat more than that. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. So Robin, do you have any questions about any of these that I've shown you?
Nope.
Okay. So I just want to show you examples of popular food labels. Ritz
And if
cracker
anybody has any questions
or
that's
comments below.
listening,
Yeah.
Put them in there, because I'll look on Facebook here and I'll tell you. I'll tell you what
Yeah.
comes up.
And so what I wanted to show you on this is that these are popular foods, okay? The Ritz crackers, 80 calories. Now that's for 5 crackers. Now I don't know about you, Robin, but I don't always like 5 crackers of a Ritz. When I used to eat Ritz crackers, I don't think I stopped at 5.
I don't think so. I think most people eat the whole sleeve.
I'm thinking so, and I've been guilty of that. So that's,
Yeah.
and I think in the full sleeve, there's, I don't know, like 18 or so
Oh, I bet there's, yeah.
more. Yeah. So, if, or say there's 20, I mean, 80 times 4. I mean,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
getting 320 calories right there. And you're getting, it shows you the fat, total fat, blah, blah, blah. So carbs, 10 grams of carbs, no fiber, 1 gram of sugar. Why is there sugar in Ritz crackers?
Right.
So, and all these values are pretty low. There's really, vitamin D, there's really not much nutrition in what it's telling me right here. If you go to the Hellman's, it's 100 calories for 1 tablespoon, 10 grams of fat. But not surprising, it's a high fat food.
Right.
But where it's coming from, it's only 1.5 grams saturated, but it's high in polysaturated and monosaturated. So that's not bad fat. And so you can see no protein, 90 milligrams of sodium. And that's good. You want to keep your sodium, I don't know, when you're eating processed foods, you want to keep it lower, like 130, 120. Because the daily minimum or the daily value on not to go over with sodium is 2,300 milligrams a day. Let's look at the orange juice now. 110 calories and 8 ounces, 0 fat, low sodium, 27 grams of carbs. But look at this sugar, 24 grams of sugar in 1 glass of orange juice.
Yeah.
Now, that's natural sugar, right? But because it's so concentrated, there's no fiber. You're not eating the orange. When you eat the orange, you get the fiber, you get the pulp that slows down that blood sugar spike. You're going to get a huge spike, and people mainline this. I mean, it's like mainlining sugar in the morning, because when you drink orange juice, it just spikes your blood sugar. I mean,
yeah.
And so that's not a great thing. No protein, no added sugar. So not surprising. So that just kind of shows you the labels. Now, what's inside the ingredients list? Now, the ingredients list is the order of ingredients that goes from most to least. So you always see the most first. It also shows additives, preservatives, artificial ingredients, also shows allergy information. And here's a good rule of thumb, like when you read ingredients, ask yourself if they're in your kitchen. And I would say also if you can pronounce them.
Yeah, right. For sure.
So let's go back to Ritz crackers. Here's the ingredients list. Unbleached, enriched flour, and it shows you in parentheses all what's in it. Riboflavin, vitamin B2, folic acid, canola oil. Okay, that's a first red. This is a red flag for me, the unbleached, enriched wheat flour, because that's all been stripped of the wheat germ, and there's no nutrition in that. Then the next red flag is canola oil, which is one of the hateful 8 oils. And this is a high inflammatory, high omega-6s. We're not, we want to limit those as much as possible. Palm oil, that's a big controversy now if it's done regeneratively in a good fashion, because there's a big palm oil controversy going on. Now, sugar. Why is sugar in Ritz crackers? First of all,
so you eat the whole pack.
Yeah,
in
and
one,
salt,
because it's a little sweet,
salt, right? Leavenine, and then high fructose corn syrup. Holy moly, we need to stay away from that. It's addictive, first of all, and again, it's sugar. And then soy lecithin, not a fan of that. Natural flavor, I don't know, since this isn't a healthy product anyway, I don't know what natural flavor they've used. So I'm like, I suspect. So anyway, that just kind of gives you an idea. So Robin and I both do this. We look at this ingredients list first, then I'll go over here and look and see. I don't care about calories, but I care about like how much protein's in it. I just care about how much sodium, sugar. Yep.
Yeah.
Look at those.
Yeah.
And then mayonnaise. Ooh, soybean oil. So soybean oil is also one of the hateful 8. We want to avoid that as much as possible. But look, they got whole eggs, egg yolks, distilled vinegar. We have those in our kitchen. Salt, sugar, which, everybody has that, I guess. Lemon juice concentrate, and then calcium, the sodium EDTA, which is a preservative. which I don't know if I want that. And again, natural flavors, I don't know what those are. So that gives you an idea there. And then for the orange juice, now this is, pure filtered water, the concentrated orange juice. And then they've added for D2, this, or for vitamin D, this vitamin D orange juice, and they even say the vitamin D3 is not found in regular orange juice. But when you look over here, it says at the very bottom, not a significant source of vitamin D. So, but you're getting that sugar, which, and Robin knows this, we both, like, women shouldn't be getting over 25. You don't want to go over 25 grams of added sugar a day. And for men, it's like 37 grams of sugar a day. So ladies, if you're drinking that much orange juice in the morning, you're already there.
Yep, it's done.
And this is just shows you like all the different things that can be on that we don't know if, it's a lot of it's marketing. And a lot of people like don't know about egg. There's so many ways you can buy eggs. If you can buy them from a friend, that's the best way.
Right.
But this just shows that cage-free can be misleading. It's not always organic, not raised on a pasture. They can say cage-free, but they're still like locked up, crammed inside a warehouse or a barn. But the pasture raised, like they let them out. They let them eat whatever's out there. That's what you want them to do. Their chickens are omnivores, so you want them to eat whatever they can find and scrounge up. And a lot of them can have the omega-3s. I like the omega-3 eggs. So anyway, that's just a little thing there to see. And then mayo swaps. And this was actually Kraft mayo with avocado oil, which you think sounds really good. But look, it's water, avocado oil. Oh, there's canola oil. There's soybean oil. Again, both high. I know, both high in omega-3 6s. And then the rest this is good, but whatever you see in red, natural flavor, we don't know what that is. Phosphoric acid, potassium sorbate, and again, a preservative to protect the flavor. But when you look at this Chosen Foods brand, avocado oil mayo, it's got clean ingredients. And this is by the Food Babe, and I'm going to show you her handle later. If you want to follow her on Instagram, she does a lot of these swaps, which are really informative. So what are practical tips? We can practice label reading. And I got to tell you, many are ultra processed with little nutritive value. Compare products. I do that all the time. Choose the quality of ingredients over quantity, and shop the perimeter of the store, which we avoid as much as we can the center of the store as much as possible, and focus on real whole foods. And I want to share these resources because I think these are really important. You can take a screenshot of this. I can put it in the notes too. But the Yuka app is an app I use quite a bit, and you just scan the barcode and it tells you, it ranks it from 100 to 0, 100 being great, 0 meaning poor. And I put this on the Ritz cracker box. Guess what it was, Robin?
Negative.
Close. It was 0.
Yeah.
0. And then another app, the EWG Healthy Living app. EWG stands for Environmental Working Group. They've got a great app too. And then these are 3 accounts to follow on Instagram if you're not following yet. At Food Babe, she does a lot of. She is ruthless. She's ruthless in decoding what's in our food. Also, Clean Kitchen Nutrition. He goes to a lot of stores. He goes to Costco, he goes to Target, he goes to Trader Joe's and tells you what's good there. And then at Real Foodology, she's pretty ruthless too, about really talking about ingredients and showing, better things to do. That's it. Oh, thank you for joining me. Okay. So Robin and I want to show you some real life things too, like some other swaps we found, because I think it's really important. And do you want me to go or do you want to go?
I can go, whatever.
Yeah,
I'll just show you like here's a label that you want to look at. Dates. That's it.
Oh, that's it.
That's all that's in here.
I like it.
Dates. I mean, it's dates, right?
Right.
This one, organic dried figs.
Wow.
That's it, right? So look for things like that. Now I have these, right, that I use instead of eating a candy bar if I want chocolate. And it has organic coconut, organic cassava syrup, dark chocolate, cane sugar, it does have. Now it says it's, we're organic here. I would rather it would say organic cane sugar.
Yeah.
But the sugars are only 3 grams.
Oh, that's
So
not bad. Not
I
terrible.
kind of look at the,
Yeah.
the grams as well, but I
Right.
get these at Costco too. The other day I was standing looking for some nice jerky, and the best jerky was Meyer brand, which I was like, all these other brands were out there, but everything, all the ingredients here, it was organic, natural, and
Okay.
less
Good.
sugars,
Okay,
than
good.
ever. And you've always heard us talk about our CHA, which we love, which are
Love,
grain-free.
love
Yeah,
CHA.
and their ingredient label is long, but I think it's because they're talking about, it's all the natural. They put all their garlic powder, their onion powder,
Yeah.
and all of that in there as well.
Yeah.
So,
What's the
but
spices? Yeah.
that's mine.
But the spices
Right.
you have in your kitchen. So
Right.
I always am looking for cracker alternatives, and I found these flackers. Oh my gosh. These
Crackers.
they are so good. 3 ingredients.
That's funny.
Organic flaxseed, organic apple cider vinegar, and sea salt. That's it. And these are so good. I love these. I didn't eat the
I'll
rest
have to
of
look
it.
for Flackers. That's
Yeah,
a hilarious
Flackers.
name.
Very cute. And I'm a big fan of popcorn, and I know people love their skinny popcorn. It has omega-6 oils in it, the bad seed oils. I would not recommend skinny pop. I always recommend Lesser Evil. I don't have any on hand right now, but I do have from Target, Good and Gather organic popcorn. And let me tell you what's in it. Organic popcorn, olive oil, Himalayan pink sea salt. That's it. And it's good. It's really good. So
and the other thing,
yeah,
go ahead.
No, good.
Well, the other thing that we wanted to hit on too is the government, whoever, is starting to look into this more. States are starting to look into this finally more, because listen, some of these ingredients, they are killing us. They really are. I'm just going to go over a list. There is going to be 4 ingredients that are going to be banned in California. Unfortunately, not until 2027 after I read the article further, but Kim goes, these things take time, and I guess they do. But red dye number 3 is going to be, and that is in things like pink icings, drinks, candies, peppermint, cherry berry, cinnamon, brominated vegetable oil.
Yeah, brominated. Yeah.
Is that what we had talked about? Yep. What is my other one? I can't find it. Oh, conversation hearts we talked about, and candy corn has that red dye number 3 in. Potassium bromate. Did I talk about that? Yeah. And then I can't even say this one. And when you can't say it, it's probably not good for you guys. Propylparaben.
There
we go. Propylparaben. And it's a preservative. So look for things. Listen, this was in the news. This was in the New York Times. They talked about it. It was on ABC. Thank God things are starting. These have been banned in other countries already for like a long time. Thankfully, we're starting to ban things too. So just be cognizant and listen. I don't expect everybody to go through and throw everything out, and and even myself, I still eat a couple things that might have some additives in them, but I really try to stay away from it and, keep it away from as much as I can. The more you keep it away from yourself, the better it's going to be. And it's hard. It's hard because we're so used to just eating the packaged food, and it's convenient and it's quick and it's easy. And a lot of times we're like, oh, I don't really care. It's fine. It's good. But you will care because it's going to make us sick.
The thing is, we're so ultra processed food has become normalized. Convenience foods have become so normalized, and our taste buds, these foods are manufactured so our taste buds would want more of them. We don't, there's a high, we don't get satiated quickly. They want us to keep eating them. And so it's really interesting, this industry. And I want to share a book I've been reading. It's called Ultra Processed People. And it's written by a scientist / doctor from the UK. And he just just goes back into research, like research is even back in World War II, where they were coming up, German doctors were coming up, scientists were coming up with how to make butter out of coal to feed people. And I'm like, I know. And he talked about the process and everything. And I'm like, they were feeding it and they fed it to the submarine guys. I can't remember the names of them. Oh, escaping me, like on YouTube. Is it YouTube boats or the submarines, German submarines? I think.
Sorry,
Anyway,
I have no
they were
idea.
feeding, and they said within 2 months, all of those guys on the submarine were like dead because they were
Yeah.
eating that stuff. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, and he said, he goes, read this book. He goes, I'm not telling you to stop eating ultra processed food. Read it while you're eating the ultra processed food and hope like this will help you make your own decision. Like,
Yeah.
should I be eating this or not? And I'll say, I admit I have a bias against ultra processed food for sure, and so
Yeah.
I know I know what it's doing to our country. So go ahead.
And I'll tell you what, once you do get away from it and you start eating the natural things, if you even taste an unprocessed thing that you used to eat, you'll be like, ew, this tastes artificial. What
Yeah.
is, why? And it does, because your taste buds change and they
Yeah.
realize,
It's
it's
funny
not good.
because my husband will get a diet pop once in a while and I'll taste it and I'm like, oh my gosh, all I taste are chemicals.
Yeah, I
It's,
can't.
it's
I can't.
bizarre.
And I
Yeah.
was a Diet Coke like fiend. I
Yeah.
loved Diet Coke.
Mhm.
Now I can't even. Mm-mm.
Yeah. It's kind of funny how your taste buds change. You can change your taste
Yep,
buds when
you can.
um, get rid of the,
It's right here.
right.
Yeah, you just
For
have to
sure.
make the decision. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope this was helpful because you know what, it's knowledge and it's like when we know better, we can do better. And I'm not whatever. Whatever you want to eat is fine. But it's just
Yes.
passing on like for me, if I can learn how to make better choices on things, because I want to feel better, why not? So
Right. Exactly.
it's all personal
Yes, it
preference.
is. Yep.
So anyway, but we hope you have a great rest of your week and just we want you to have fun and live young and we'll see you next week.
Yes, we do.
All
All
right.
right. See ya.
Bye.
Have a good day.